bro, we can't even get black men and black women to come together and decide they really like each other and form families. Like, we can't even do that.
We can't get the fundamentals.
We can't even build a family. And then when we get a family, half of us split up. Like we got bigger fish to fry. Like, before we build an infrastructure where, like, we don't even want to live around. like we got problems. This is Caesar Walker, the cool, calm, collected one.
And I'm Ronnie Gatry, the emotional one.
And we are the Tipping Point Podcast, your source for the black male's perspective.
Tipping Point Podcast.
Black Lives Matter co-founder, Patrisse Cullors. You familiar with this story? Black is smiling.
I know the name.
Was she a fraud?
No, I think we touched on this a while back.
Did we? We did?
Where she's misappropriating the funds?
Yeah, and it kind of came out this week that she used nearly $2 million in funds to pay her brother and child's father for random services.
Okay, now that's a new wrinkle. So they're getting more details on this, is what you're telling me.
Yeah. Discuss the trash. It's your call. It's my.
Let's discuss this.
Talk to me.
I don't even know how to feel about this.
What do you mean you know how to feel?
Okay. So y'all just be honest. No judgment. Has anyone in here contributed the first dollar to Black Lives Matter?
No.
Why is that?
I'm going to be honest with you. The organization isn't fully in alignment with my values.
Okay.
I'm very, very picky about who I choose to give money to, and I didn't see anything worthy of my dollars.
I'm more aligned with black.
Okay.
That's the first problem to me. We only represent 3 black people in America across the whole wide scope, right? We fundamentally.
You read their mission statement though, right?
No.
Okay. That's all I'm saying. I read the mission statement. I read what it stood for, and I was like, oh. And Black lives still matter,
right?
But
conceptually, we believe in the words as they're put together,
right?
But there are other layers under this that,
right?
None of us right now feel led to dredge into.
No, and I don't feel any shame in that, because
I don't either,
because they don't. To me, they're not one and the same. They're not one and the same. Now they can be, right? They can be. You can support and be part of the organization and believe in protecting black lives, right? You can even get out in the streets and protest and march for it. But it's possible to advocate for the protection of black lives, yet not donate or feel a connection to the organization.
Fair.
And that's where I was. I think what sucks about this, and I think what's not only criminal but sinister about this, is in essence you profited off of the dead black men.
That's where I was getting. So yeah.
That's just evil. That's just evil. Could you imagine if there was a black man profiting off of the lives of black women?
Ooh.
Could you imagine the names? Could you imagine the criticism
I could not
levied at a black man who would go so low as to misappropriate millions of dollars for a quote unquote noble cause for black women who are losing their lives? Can you imagine how people would perceive that man? You know what I mean? And so I think it's interesting how, while this woman is she's being outed, the truth is coming to light. I don't see an extreme amount of backlash. Now, it's coming from the right, of course, because it's been coming from the right. But what I'm saying is, well, among our community, I could imagine if the shoe was on the other foot, it would be hell for that man. Rightfully so.
Right.
But I just think that it's just interesting how, you know what I mean? It's just
and that goes to where I was taking a long road here. But when I asked you, what can we do? Like, what are we positioned to do about like the Buffalo thing, the hate crimes against us? Conceptually, part of my thought is, we'll just insert Black Lives Matter. They're an organization that's fighting against this. But I mean, they're not even structured to do anything about it. So when I think about people who feel compelled to donate and give, what is that money really going to? So it doesn't come as a shock to me that whatever funding they get is being misappropriated. Businesses, I mean, it's sad, but like even if it was well organized funds, what is it going to do? Can you buy out white supremacy?
No.
So then what are we doing?
I don't even know how you fight white supremacy, because you're talking about a system. You got to change systems. Good luck with that.
Right.
Good luck with that.
There's no amount of money that you can raise to effectively protect Black lives.
There is possibly, but you talking about, it's funny, I was talking to my pop about this, and Lord have mercy, he gets on his soapbox about the political climate.
Lord have mercy.
And I have to internally pray, because I'm just like, yo, like, I get it, but I think black people's I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Donald Trump is black people's biggest problem.
No.
Sue me, but go ahead and cancel me, but I think he's down the list of our problems. We can't even get black men and black women to come together and decide they really like each other and form families. Like, we can't even do that.
We can't get the fundamentals.
We can't even build a family. And then when we get a family, half of us split up. We got bigger fish to fry. Like, before we build an infrastructure where, like, we don't even want to live around. like we got problems. I get it. I understand what Donald Trump is trying to do down the road. I get that. I understand the Roe versus Wade and what that can mean for other things that the Supreme Court wants to roll back. I understand that impact on our community. But are you looking at us? Are you paying attention to what's happening with black people?
Accountability.
A black man died recently trying to bring families together, and people celebrated. That's not a red flag. Business as usual, right?
All right.
What's the next dance step, right?
Ugh.
So when you talk about fighting white supremacy, we too busy fighting each other. I get it. White supremacy is an issue, but I look at other communities like the Jewish community. I look at other communities who have an infrastructure. They have a code of conduct that they abide by, hold each other accountable to. And I wish you would open your mouth to say something against them publicly. Right? You can say anything against black folks. Anything.
And you get some of them to agree with you.
No, I want to fight white supremacy, Gatry. Yes, let's link up and do it. But how many people you gonna get to join you?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta get your own.
Some of us are pawns in white supremacy and don't even know it. Okay, I'm off my soapbox. Whatever. Patrisse Cullors.
So all that to say, not really shocked. Patrisse, do what you do, I guess. I don't know.
I guess. Black Lives Matter, right?
Right, yeah. Judging.
Good God. Do you have anything else?
Keep the Point Podcast.